guys, I didn't want to kill too much time between these parts. Let's go ahead and knock out part 8. And here we go. So, as we left off, Goku is just getting out of the healing pod. You have everybody knocked out. Dende is dead and Vegeta's on death's floor. We return back to Goku, who is taking up too much time, and he's frustrated. He senses all the death that Frieza has caused while he's been in healing pod. Yamcha's dead, Nappa's dead, Raditz is dead, Dende is dead. And this all happened while he was away. And he's beating himself up, but he won't allow it to happen any longer as he uses a good portion of his power, a good 70%, to head as fast as he can to Frieza. And as Frieza makes 3 steps towards Vegeta after his statement of "Your last bit of hope is finally gone," Goku appears. Frieza looks over to Goku and is surprised. "Again, like cockroaches. Where do you Saiyans manage to hide?" And Goku's just simply standing there, staring at Frieza, angered, filling up his eyes. So much so that instead of waiting for Frieza, this is the first time Goku actually rushes forward after standing there and decks Frieza away into the ocean, skidding him across it. Frieza's at 60% power, mind you. And there's a bit of an extra secret to reason why this is going to work out like this, and I'll explain here in a little bit. So then you have Vegeta sitting here hurt, hammered, and everything, and then Frieza manages to rise up from the ocean, very, very angry. Like, how do these Saiyans just keep getting stronger and stronger? How? This one wasn't even here at the fight. Where was he? What has he been doing all this time? It doesn't matter. All that matters is their death. As he flies back, looking at Goku, and lands. Now the distance and everything is basically as it once was. The stare down and everything. Frieza sends out a volley of death beams. Goku says his natural back and forth with Frieza here, as Frieza's still wiping away at the punch that Goku laid into him. And as Vegeta takes notice of all of this, takes notice of the situation at hand, he can't help but laugh and give the same speech that he gave to Vegeta, saying that Goku is the legendary Super Saiyan. And this is where Vegeta dies normally. We get that whole shindig, yada yada yada. And I'm probably going to condense a lot of this to kind of help out. Just because originally I was going to sit here and probably make the fight between Goku and Frieza a little bit better, but it doesn't make too much sense to have it continue on. Just if anything else, the status quo stays the same. The major difference is that Frieza, I'll say, doesn't need to look buff or anything at 80% power. But Goku, ever since he got there, as well as how he got there so fast, he's been using the Kaioken technique. So, the Goku that fought 50% Frieza with the Kaioken technique is now the Goku that can fight 80% power Frieza. So then we move on. Spirit Bomb is here. What we have here now is something very different. For as Frieza's getting hit with a Spirit Bomb, many would think this is the end. This is where Frieza finally dies. And we get that same reaction as everybody did in the original story. Terror truly hits everybody's faces as Frieza returns. But this time, Frieza has come back 100% full power. To save his own life, he pushed back as well as transformed into his 100% power as quickly as he could without hurting himself further to get there and save his own ass. Krillin, Gohan, everybody is able to sense this once they realize Frieza's here. And all of their senses were out of whack thanks to the Spirit Bomb and its power. That's why they could not sense Frieza coming up. But once they saw him, there was something that changed in both Gohan and Krillin. The fear realized. From here, a lot of the same again. Hits Piccolo with a death beam, kills Krillin. But this time when Krillin's death, he's a little bit more sick, I guess is the right word I want to find. Because he lifts Krillin with his psychokinetic powers, swirling him around in the sky, looking him up and down, as Goku is pleading up with Frieza on the sideline. Don't kill him, Frieza. You don't have to do this. You could just go. Stop it, Frieza. A lot of this continues on as Frieza taunts. Oh, now you want to beg, monkey. Now you want forgiveness. It's a bit too late for that, and this one has much to answer for too, in being responsible for Vegeta, and much more in my personal opinion. Now, do you have any last words for your best friend? Frieza says in a very taunting tone, not even knowing that Krillin's his best friend, but just assuming so. Just sitting here like, this is where your good friend will die. Almost like coincidentally taunting. Because while we all, as the audience know, Frieza does it, it's all just merely like, oh, look at this, look at what I have. This is your friend? Is this your friend? Go say goodbye to your friend. As he raises him up and crushes him, just as he did in the anime. Here, the rage inside Goku, the taunting from Frieza, and everything just sends him into an uproar. His power swells, the skies darken, lightning crashes, the seas themselves rage on, creating waves unlike anything Namek had seen before. And then it happens. The legendary Super Saiyan is now born. Goku looks to Gohan. Gohan, take Piccolo, find Bulma, and go. Go where, Dad? Get on the ship, Gohan. I'll handle Frieza. But Dad, don't you need help? And this is where Goku will say, get going now before I lose what little reason I have left. I'm not sure if I'm quoting that right. I sincerely apologize if I am not. Frieza looks on in horror and terror as his laughter at Krillin dying turns into scared curiosity at Goku's transformation. He's blonde. He doesn't know this transformation. And as Gohan picks up Piccolo and tries to fly away, he's like, oh no, no more of you will be leaving to come back again. And Goku simply grabs his hand just like in the anime. But this time again, Frieza's already 100% power. He looks at Frieza and says, you won't be killing anyone again. And he punches Frieza so hard that he breaks an island in two. He bum rushes Frieza, beating the crap out of him. Frieza at 100% power against this Goku is no competition. He's just ragged on and ragged on and ragged on and ragged on and ragged on. Bam, 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 bam. Frieza gets in a couple of good hits, but unlike his persona, or I guess you could say the original timeline, before he had his 100% power. But it's still to no avail. Goku just shrugs it off, wipes the blood away from certain places, and then gives his Super Saiyan speech. I am the legendary Super Saiyan, Son Goku. Instead of Frieza retaliating with 100% power, Frieza goes into desperate mode and immediately just goes for the death ball and yells at Goku, "You and this planet can die together then! This way, all of you will die! None shall survive!" And Goku's like, "What about you, Frieza? I can survive in the vacuum of space, monkey." And this frightens Goku a little bit, as the power of the death ball is actually a lot stronger and bigger than what it originally was. And as it careens down, Goku goes for a desperate attempt, as basically everything starts to go very haphazardly. Goku makes a desperate attempt of using the Kamehameha wave against this death ball, but Frieza pours in a hell of a lot of power into it, just to make sure it can do what it was meant to do. If nothing else, kill Goku will kill the planet. Goku isn't able to stop the death ball, so instead he moves out the way, and sadly Namek goes into the state of being basically counting down to destruction. This angers Goku further, as back on Earth we have Popo making the wishes to bring everyone back. Basically the wish thing for bringing everybody to Earth and all that happens a hell of a lot sooner. And with that, Goku is a bit relieved now that everybody's off Earth, off Namek, except for him and Frieza. And it's here that Goku lets out a very powerful, angry Kamehameha at Frieza. Frieza's left himself defenseless. He poured everything he could into trying to destroy the planet, along with Goku and everyone else. But the planet didn't blow up immediately. And he's only noticed that the dragon came back, which distracted him from Goku powering up his Kamehameha wave. In the blink of an eye, before he can really do anything, everything before him is gone. All the people that he killed revived and back home safely on Earth, with Goku firing a very powerful Kamehameha attack. Frieza can only curse Goku as he's enveloped in the Kamehameha wave. From there, Goku manages to get into the ship. The same ship that got him off the planet Namek in the first place goes to planet Yardrat, and we're pretty much just going to go ahead and say that everything pretty much happens as is until the point of... Well, no, let me scratch that. Let me amend that, because with everything that happens, Goku is alive. Everybody finds that out once they're able to resummon Purunga. Everybody starts trying to figure out what to do, because Raditz and Nappa lived off in a small corner of the area that the Breeze family kept the Namekians, and then once they left, they had nowhere really to go. Vegeta and Nappa were still welcomed in the Breeze home, especially considering Vegeta went into space trying to figure out where Goku was, even though he was on Yardrat. And Nappa just stayed around the Breeze family, just helping out around the house where he could. Raditz decided to go live with Gohan and Chi-Chi once the Namekians left. And from there, actually, due to a serendipitous meeting, meets Launch. Because Launch decided to come visit Goku, because he hadn't visited Goku in a while, and heard that he had decided to live in the mountains like his grandfather. It's here that Chi-Chi and Launch have heart-to-heart about Dragon Ball and some of their adventures. It's a nice little catch-up thing, and then Raditz is introduced to Launch, and that's where their relationship will actually start to bud. Well, at Capsule Corp, Nappa actually gets to meet a sister. We won't start off Nappa and Bulma's sister though, but just know that is a thing. And as everybody is essentially living a peaceful life without Goku or anybody else right now, it's then that peace is interrupted with the arrival of King Cold and Frieza. Now let's rewind just a little bit, because we're actually going to stop right there with the arrival of King Cold and Frieza to Earth. But rewind and say, how did King Cold and everybody find out about Frieza? Well, Jace made it back to King Cold, and as I mentioned before, he told King Cold about the Saiyans and how powerful they were, and when they made it back to where Namek was supposed to be, Namek was destroyed. And as they searched the debris of planet Namek, they searched long and far for Frieza, as they found him floating there. This time, we don't really get a full-on Metal Frieza. Funny enough, I would actually call him like Full Metal Frieza as a bit of a pun, because he would have lost an arm and a leg, and that's what would become more so robotic. Part of his chest, just like in the original. But outside of that, Frieza's still basically the same. Oh, and of course his tail. And as we all know, of course, once Frieza woke up after laying there, he told his father he wanted to go to Earth. And as they arrive, we all know certain special future boys waiting for them. And we're going to pause it right there. I will also add real quick, guys, that I did want to add in the robot eye or the robot head thing. It was also like, maybe he's just like very scratched up and cut up and everything, where it's not really like a full-on mechanical thing that's needed. It's just that he just needed to heal. That's all. So hopefully you guys like the changes, and as far as that is, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, guys, until next time, I'll see you next time. Catch you later.
言葉を知ってるか。さらに向こうへ。うるせえ